hello, you're going to listen to me declutter my mind and unfold some thoughts, some really deep thoughts. At this point right here in the video is at the end of my rant, which the whole point of me speaking and being honest and verbal in front of this camera was to go from a vibration that was down here and get to a vibration that is more clear and happy and thriving and just motivated, which is what you're seeing right now. You're seeing this part of me and I want to show how I kind of went from of a thought to a relief. And this is something that I practice off camera by myself. I practice this in my car rides. I practice this in my shower. I practice this in front of my children when I have the capacity and the space to do it. But if I don't have the capacity or the space to do it and I'm in the middle of it, the best thing I do is just pause and breathe. So I just wanted to give an honest, real example of what I believe moving up the vibrational ladder looks like. And if you're down here, we have to start down here. And the best thing you can do is be honest with yourself without inviting the negative response and reaction when moving forward. So what I mean is, if you feel like a loser, okay, I feel like a loser. We don't create from there. We just sit there and feel like a loser and see what that reveals. And I hope that I can do justice to the example, but I haven't been shown this. I haven't seen anybody really work through something. So I'm just putting myself out there, being vulnerable. This is what I think is helping me. I feel like it's helping me in the moment right now. So I hope this video is helpful, and grab a coffee, grab a tea, grab a moment. You can replay this video if you need to when you're going through it, or if you just need a little pep talk out of it, or whatever. Please cut down trees. Please enjoy the video. Please enjoy the video. It helps me when I do these, and I hope it's helpful. But regardless, I'm gonna make them. So hope it helps. Have a good day. You are valuable and precious, and you are patient and kind. And in this moment, you are that, even if you feel like you want to scream your head off. And I'm allowed to scream my head off, but it just wasn't what I needed. What I needed was a calming, peaceful, cooling thought and nature and energy. I needed that because I was steaming. And it just was a morning of that, up and down, revealing to me that it is hard for me to accept things when they are going good, because I am used to an environment of stress and trauma and stimulation, and that when things are changing for the better and moments present themselves with more peace and more kindness and more receptivity, I tend to push that away. I almost feel, and I touched on this in the last video I made, which was, I feel like it's a lie. I feel like if someone's being kind and happy and loving towards me, I feel like it's a lie, because the next minute they're gonna switch up on me because they're human. And I know for a fact that I am this way. And so I've been purging some truth and just been sitting with myself in the most honest way and being like, I am wishy-washy with my emotions like that, so the people around me feel that way towards me and about me, that here I'm good one minute and the next minute I'm not. And that's really starting to hurt my feelings. I'll be right back. Don't touch my coffee, Doug. I'm gonna put the video on you. Don't touch my coffee. So I've been sitting with the fact that, and it's a difficult thing to express or to talk about, because the devil's advocate in me, and can we just like go back to like 2 seconds? As much as I love to share my opinion and express myself, I do not enjoy doing it with people, like in person. I was talking with this one lady, and they were talking about discipline and setting, how to discipline a child. And everybody has different opinions and different ways of going about all of that. And then I'm over here going, trauma is not a horrible thing. I think adversity and trauma is what creates a person to be resilient and to redefine and strengthen themselves. And then the mom's like, yeah, but this kid's getting punched in the face. I'm like, whoa, like, that's not what I was talking about. It's like there's so much dramatic things, and I'm sure that's happening, but like, that wasn't even in the same ball field as what I wasn't saying that I'm okay with someone being hit. I mean, it's just this dramatic banter, and it's not a matter of the heart. And that's something that's really hard for me, is that like people do not speak from the heart. And if they're speaking from a heart, they're speaking from a very like distorted and hardened, and a heart that has no empathy or graciousness or compassion. Or people have a really hard time being a bridge. Like being a bridge of communicating is one thing, and then being a bridge with being a good communicator. I don't know how to say that. I'm not being a good bridge right now. But knowing how to bridge conversations is part of being a good communicator. Learning how to speak from people's perspectives and building the bridge and the connection between two people that might have completely different perspectives. And the point is not to make people agree to disagree or agree. The point is to connect with the heart of the matter of things. It's not so much the outcome, it's the perspective and the heart of things. So that's one thing. Going back to looking into self-reflecting for me right now. It just feels like I keep getting slapped and slapped and slapped and slapped with parts of myself that I'm looking at. And when they come up, I just allow the tears to roll, and I just keep saying valid, valid, instead of having these negative conversations in my head where like, the moment you think things are good, they're going to go bad. I mean, I feel like that fills in the blank for a lot of thoughts that people have, because So I've been speaking about this for a while with for every high there is a low, and understanding the universe that we live in and how dualistic it is. As much as we are energy and we are heart people, and again, I am making this journey from my head to my heart, and I said it yesterday and I'd like to say it again, that this affirmation of reminding my ego and reminding the protective parts of me and reminding the childlike theatric and dramatic parts of me to still be alive in me, but to tell them when it is their turn to pop up and to rest, to have the ego, to have the child rest into my heart. I've been working with my children lately, and I see progress, but it's not something that I was shown as a child, and it hurts really bad, because to be honest, the ugly side of my parenting is going back to when things are good, I reject them, because my daughter will be like, yes, mommy, I'm listening. I'm over here going, I want to make a lesson out of you. But she's open and receptive. And then I get mad at myself because I'm not open and receptive. She's been an amazing example to me of what that is. And I'm over here going, oh, now you want to work with me now and I'm not ready, you know? And she is mothering me at the same time. And the best thing I have found that when I'm angry is to keep quiet and to keep silent and to ask for space and just to cancel out the noise for a hot minute, because the moment will pass. Now, there's something from my past where I told myself I need to deal with this head on. If I'm not equipped emotionally to deal with this, I'm going to get angry. I'm going to beat myself up to remind myself and punish myself so I don't act like this again. And it's like, I see this in my children when they're doing their schoolwork. And I remember as a child doing the same thing, that they're not getting it correctly, so they scribble all over their, like as though they're punishing themselves and proving the only way that they can feel good right now is to prove that they're stupid, which is not what they started out to begin with. But it's like the negative thoughts and the negative energies that we believe in start to take over, and we end up doing this like self-punishing thing. And like, that's where I feel like, in a nutshell, if I explain that all right, if you could follow me with that, that's where I feel like in my head and my heart right now. I just want to like scribble all over the freaking house and say screw it to all my dreams, and I'm never gonna live up to my expectations, and like I'm just getting fucking hard on myself right now. And instead of just being out with it, which again, I don't mind being out with it, but I have been out with it. And I think at this point I would like to take the tantrum to the next level and mother myself through it as well. So this is part of my tantrum, acknowledging the thoughts and saying, hey, I want to have a tantrum towards my tantrum, and I want to speak life over the negative things that I'm saying, and I'm doing it with fucking tears. And you know what? Yeah, I'm angry right now. Yeah, I fucking suck at life. Yeah, I'm a human. Yeah, whatever. Yes, I'm gonna pick myself up. Well, you're only gonna just fall back down a month later and get all emotional. Go, yes, I will. But my family loves me, and my family is provided for, and I show up every day to be the best version of me that I can be. And when I show up today as the best version of me, a month from now version, the best of me, is not even going to be worried about this because I've mastered this. I feel like that's also an illusion in this reality, is that we don't know how to quantify our best, and we don't know how to look at ourselves as perfectly perfect the way that we are. And the type of mother that I was a year ago is not, she didn't have any grace to give. And if she did, she was doing her best. The mother I am today, I would say I have 50% more grace. I have learned how to breathe instead of explode. Am I perfect? No. But I'm getting pretty damn close. But that's the thing. As soon as you reach that mile marker, a year from now, I'm going to look back and be like, well, that's nothing. I need to be better than that. It's this illusion of constant perfectionism that the way that we use it to value ourselves and to measure our everyday, it's flawed. And that is like what I'm sitting in right now. Like, I could not do more, be more, say more, clean more, talk more to be better. It's an illusion. If I'm looking to feel satisfied in that box of everything I just said, if I'm pulling from that box of I'm not good enough, or compared to yesterday I suck, and if I'm trying to like evaluate myself on a linear time frame, it doesn't work like that. And that is the only flaw. And I think the point for me every day, because there's a couple other things on my mind that I want to get to, but I have to like declutter this thought, and I have to go through what I'm feeling right now to reach a clear perspective of projects and ideas and passions I want to take action on, because right now this is my passion, to get through this forest of clouded thoughts and to comfort myself through it. That's the point. To be honest with myself, to be a safe place within myself. There's so much going on inside my mind, inside our minds, as a collective, as individuals. I just don't think we give each other enough grace to ourselves. And we probably give more of it away to other people. And then sometimes we expect them to give it back to us, but please, if you had to give some to them, they have nothing to give you. So if you think about it, if you're the giver of grace, that means you have it to give. So give it to yourself. And let other people learn how to give grace to themselves. But honestly, me giving grace to myself is me giving grace to other people. I love the way that works, and I would like that to stick. I would really like that to stick right there. When I am thriving, everyone else thrives. When I know how to give myself love, grace, and compassion, others then get the permission and get the example and get the safe space to do that for themselves. And I just think that is so beautiful, and I'm so happy I reached that point in thought. This is the example. Hi, hello, you're going to listen to me declutter my mind and unfold some thoughts, some really deep thoughts. At this point right here in the video is at the end of my rant, which the whole point of me speaking and being honest and verbal in front of this camera was to go from a vibration that was down here and get to a vibration that is more clear and happy and thriving and just motivated, which is what you're seeing right now.